breaking a mirror brings 7 years of bad luck. This superstition has its origins in ancient Roman culture. Romans believed that mirrors not only reflected a person's physical appearance but also their soul. If a mirror was broken, it was thought to damage or distort the soul's reflection, which would lead to misfortune. The 7-year period of bad luck comes from the Roman belief that life operated in cycles of 7 years. They believed the body and soul would rejuvenate and heal every 7 years. So if you broke a mirror, the soul wouldn't recover its reflection until a new cycle began. This superstition spread throughout Europe and has remained part of popular belief, even though mirrors today are more common and less mysterious than they were in ancient times. Walking under a ladder brings bad luck. This has origins dating back to ancient civilizations and Christian symbolism. When a ladder leans against a wall, it forms a triangle, a shape that has long been associated with sacred meanings, especially in Christianity, where it represents the Holy Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Walking through this triangle was considered a violation of its sacredness and was thought to bring misfortune or even spiritual danger. Early Christians believed that disturbing the triangle would anger divine forces, leading to punishment or bad luck. The superstition also has roots in ancient Egypt, where ladders were used in religious rituals and were associated with the gods in the afterlife. It was believed that walking under a ladder could interrupt its spiritual symbolism or bring bad fortune by drawing the attention of negative forces. Over time, these spiritual and practical ideas combined, making the act of walking under a ladder a widely recognized bad omen in many cultures today. Spilling salt brings bad luck. Today, many people instinctively throw a pinch of salt over their left shoulder to ward off bad luck if they accidentally spill it. However, the origin of this superstition is deeply tied to both religious and symbolic meanings. Salt was once incredibly valuable, often used as a form of currency in ancient times, particularly in Roman society. Spilling it was seen as wasteful, leading to the belief that it would invite misfortune or financial loss. But the most shocking part of this superstition comes from its association with betrayal, specifically the betrayal of Jesus. In Leonardo da Vinci's The Last Supper, Judas Iscariot, the disciple who betrayed Jesus, is depicted as having spilled salt. This visual connection between spilled salt and Judas's betrayal cemented the idea that spilling salt was not only unlucky but a sign of disloyalty or evil. This association with such a momentous betrayal in Christian history gave the superstition a more ominous and lasting influence over time. Thus, what seems like a simple action, spilling salt, comes with a surprising and historical weight tied to betrayal, bad luck, and the need to ward off evil forces. Seeing a shooting star can make your wishes come true. This superstition dates back to ancient times, particularly to Greek and Roman mythology. The Greek astronomer Ptolemy believed that shooting stars were caused by the gods looking down on the earth. He thought that the movement of the stars resulted from the gods opening the sky's dome to peek down, and in this brief moment, human prayers and wishes would have a greater chance of being heard by the gods. In many cultures, stars were often viewed as powerful, mystical symbols. Shooting stars, being rare and fleeting, were considered even more special. In some interpretations, stars symbolize souls or spirits, and a falling star could represent a soul passing into the afterlife. Wishing upon it would be a way to send a request to the heavens. It's a belief in positive outcomes, with the hope that a wish made on such a rare occurrence might be granted by a higher power or fate. Opening an umbrella indoors brings bad luck. In ancient Egypt, umbrellas or parasols were more than just practical tools for blocking the sun. They were sacred symbols. Umbrellas were reserved for high-ranking individuals, including royalty and priests, and were used as protection from the sun's rays, which were considered divine. The sun itself represented Ra, the sun god, and opening an umbrella inside, away from the sun, was seen as disrespectful. This act was believed to upset the balance of the gods, inviting divine wrath or misfortune. Since umbrellas were tied to the divine realm, their misuse could potentially bring chaos into one's home or life. Additionally, the umbrella's design in ancient Egypt was intended to mimic the protective wings of the goddess Nut, who shielded the earth. By opening an umbrella indoors, you were thought to disrupt the sacred protection of the gods, leaving yourself vulnerable to bad luck. Fast forward to 18th and 19th century England, where umbrellas were gaining popularity, especially as protection against the rain. Early models of umbrellas were quite large and cumbersome, often made with sharp metal spokes and spring mechanisms that could cause accidents if opened indoors. In tight, enclosed spaces like a Victorian home, opening an umbrella could knock over delicate items or even hurt someone standing nearby. This practical danger contributed to the superstition, as people started associating the act of opening an umbrella indoors with unfortunate accidents, thus equating it with bad luck. Today, the superstition still lingers, even if the reasons behind it are largely forgotten. Placing a horseshoe over a doorway brings good luck. The origin of this superstition is often attributed to medieval Europe and ancient Greece. The horseshoe was seen as a symbol of protection and good fortune for several reasons. In ancient Greece, horseshoes were made from iron, a metal believed to have the power to ward off evil spirits. Additionally, the crescent shape of the horseshoe was associated with the moon, a symbol of fertility and good luck. In medieval Christian tradition, the story of Saint Dunstan further fueled the belief. According to legend, Saint Dunstan, a blacksmith, once nailed a horseshoe to the devil's hoof when he asked for a shoe. The devil was in so much pain that he promised never to enter a place where a horseshoe was displayed over the door. This led to the idea that hanging a horseshoe over the doorway would protect the home from evil spirits. There are different beliefs about the direction in which the horseshoe should be hung. Some say it should be hung upright, like a U, to collect and hold good luck, while others believe it should be hung downward, so luck flows down over those who pass through the door. Either way, it is a popular symbol for welcoming good fortune. The four-leaf clover as a powerful symbol of luck, deeply rooted in Celtic mythology and folklore. While the common three-leaf clover, or shamrock, was associated with Saint Patrick and the Holy Trinity, representing faith, hope, and love, the rare fourth leaf is believed to bring extra good fortune because it was not a part of the usual plant structure, making it special and harder to find. In ancient Celtic times, Druids believed that four-leaf clovers had magical properties. They were thought to offer protection against evil spirits, bad omens, and even the tricks of fairies or mischievous supernatural creatures. Some traditions held that carrying a four-leaf clover allowed a person to see fairies or avoid being tricked by them, a belief that gave the clover an aura of mystical power. The rarity of the four-leaf clover further added to its value. Statistically, for every 10,000 three-leaf clovers, there's only about one four-leaf clover, making the discovery of one feel like a special gift from the universe. This scarcity enhanced its reputation as a symbol of luck. Each leaf came to represent something specific: hope, faith, love, and luck. Because of this, people today still view finding a four-leaf clover as an event that could bring good fortune, making it a widely recognized symbol of luck across cultures. It also found its way into modern imagery, from tattoos to lucky charms, as a reminder of rare, serendipitous moments. Crossing your fingers for good luck. In pre-Christian, pagan Europe, particularly in Norse and Celtic traditions, it was believed that intersections and crossroads held magical power, as they were places where spirits could be captured or influenced. The act of crossing fingers was seen as creating a symbol of unity, forming a sacred cross where good spirits could dwell. This gesture was often used between two people, where one person's finger crossed over another's, symbolizing shared wishes or support for each other's success. People believed that making the shape of a cross with their fingers or with someone else would amplify the power of a wish or ward off evil influences. It was a sign of protection and unity against bad spirits and misfortune. As Christianity spread across Europe, the gesture of crossing fingers began to take on religious meaning. The cross became a central symbol in Christian belief, representing protection, salvation, and blessings. In this context, crossing fingers came to symbolize invoking the protection of Christ in the Holy Cross, aligning with the hope for divine intervention in times of need.